Good evening. The man convicted of murdering Rochester police officer Anthony Mazurkowitz is going to prison without the possibility of parole. This after a jury found Kelvin Vickers guilty of aggravated murder along with a slew of other charges. The reading of the verdict was met with gasps and tears in the gallery. Adam Chodak was there. He filed this report.
Teresa, there was very little question over whether Kelvin Vickers shot officers Anthony Mazurkowitz and Sino Sang. There was some question, however, over whether he knew or should have known they were officers when he shot them. That issue defined the happenings today and could greatly impact the final years of Vickers' life.
Guilty, not guilty. Guilty. You may be seated.
This was the reaction of family upon hearing the jury say the word guilty next to the charge that would put Kelvin Vickers in prison without the possibility of parole. A word 14 months after bullets pierced a police van, hitting two officers inside, killing Officer Anthony Mazurkowitz.
A lot of emotions are going through the family right now. Obviously, nothing will bring Tony back, but they're relieved. As you could see, their emotions in the courtroom today. This is just one chapter that they can close and move on to accept a world, without Tony. And that's going to be their reality tomorrow, and that's not going to be easy.
Also not easy for the family of the other two men Vickers murdered 2 days before ambushing the officers. The jury found him guilty of first-degree murder for those killings, but the big one was guilty of aggravated murder, which means jurors concluded Vickers knew or should have known the two were officers. And now, again, Vickers won't be eligible for parole. Here's his attorney.
He accepts the jury's verdict at this point, and he knows what we have to do from now on in.
From here, Mike Sciano says they'll appeal. Meanwhile, Rochester Police Chief David Smith said this when asked what his officers should take away from this.
Well, it should be letting the officers know that, the system does work, and people will be held accountable. Right now, even as we're here, as we speak, I have officers out there on the street that are running towards gunfire that don't know if they're going to go home tonight. This continues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The members of this department are putting their lives on the line for our community.
And we will likely be right back here on December 7th. That's when Vickers is scheduled to be sentenced and officially sent to prison without the possibility of parole. Reporting from Rochester, Adam Chodak, News 8.
Jurors declined to comment on how they reached a consensus on the aggravated murder charge. Meantime, Rochester Mayor Malik Evans and County Executive Adam Bello released statements of gratitude for the justice system and expressed hope for closure and healing to the families and communities impacted.